Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Binding of Isaac with all, like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus, like, a bunch of different There's a lot of characters I gotta play as the next couple weeks. So, we're gonna do this one next, SOLKARRA, who I think is just another one of the melee-based characters, but from what I read, I didn't go too far in depth, but I think they have a leveling up mechanic. I could be wrong. There's XP on the top left, right up here. C, by the way, is going to be LPRQ8EQM. Lovely sprite. I like the detail, and the blue and gold is always a wonderful color scheme. Plus, I have not had Spirit Sword in ages. It's been maybe like a year from the last time that I had this item, so I'm very happy to see it again. It is one of my favorites in the entire game. I know it's a synergy killer, but after a long break from the item, it does feel good to have it back. But I think the more enemies you kill, the more XP you gain. And the more XP that you have, that does nothing for us, I don't think. No. The more XP that you have... Wait, does this work still? That works, I guess. The better your stats become. It's a very simple premise. It's like Pokemon or any other kind of RPG that you would have played. So, just like Butterfly, I wanted to do like the more simpler characters first before I start delving into like the mechanically complicated ones. Plus today, I'm feeling extra lazy, as are extra stats. AWA's nice. I didn't really feel like learning, you know, a multi-item or multi-tiered character. I felt like just doing it simple was kind of the vibe for today after having such a long week editing and streaming and racing and all that kind of stuff. So, Monsuma's Revenge. Not really the item that I wanted to see. Did I block that shot? My deal chance is still at 100, so I must have blocked that shot. You can live, I guess. I don't really feel like... I'll take Big Fan. I'm a big fan of Big Fan, you could say. Slow orbital speed can make it easier to manage, and it does at the end of the day. It's just standard defense. Why would you not take that? And I think from there we should walk into our curse room to see if we get a Devil Deal chance or not, or a Devil Deal teleport. We did not, but those hearts could save us. We'll teleport out with the Stars card, and you know what? I think we'll just go fight. We could go into our shop. We have 15 cents. Might be a play to make as well. But other than that, a very, very standard first floor. But what I wanted to talk about today is another kind of continuation of our conversation about The Last of Us TV show. I'm not going to give any spoilers here. I'm only on episode like 3, so I can't really give much if you're watching this far in the future. But the show is great. I'm going to say it, like, the show is fantastic. I know it copies the video game a lot. I know it's like a lot of the scenes are nearly, you know, one for one, right, from the video game. But it's got good source material. So it would make we have 3 orbitals already, Jesus Christ. It would make a good TV show, regardless. And I really do think that they've got something special there. I think Pedro Pascal is an amazing actor. I think he's really... I'm glad he got the Mandalorian role, as sleeper as that show has kind of become. I'm glad he has the role because it put him on the spotlight for Last of Us, which he is playing Joel phenomenally. I mean, you guys know my favorite, like, oh, another Damocles run, dude? Sure. We didn't die last time, so might as well. You guys know that my favorite, like, character type is a bearded old man who is really upset or angry towards the world, and guess what? That's exactly what Joel is. So anybody playing that role, whether it's Nicolas Cage and Pig or it's something else, I mean, I'm gonna have a great time with it. It's just how it goes. A nice little stage animation there too, and the I don't know. I don't want to sound insensitive, so I want to be sure. What do you call... It's not a joke. This is like a Jerry Seinfeld bit, but what do you call a non-binary actor? Is it actor or is it actress? Because actor feels like it's a more an all-encompassing, all-gendered word, but actress is much more, I think, like, feminine. Either way, the actor for Ellie is non-binary, is why I ask, but they are also just fantastic. Like, the show is it's great. Everything about it is great. And you know it's a strong show because the episode where they took the most liberty in the story, which is the episode with, I think it's Frank and Bill were their names, was beautiful. It wasn't a tearjerker for me, but a lot of people cried watching their love story play out. So, I should have popped my Damocles. What am I doing? It would not have really mattered that much, I don't think anyways. But I'll pop that when I walk into my next item-based room. But again, I mean, it's great, and I'm not a Last of Us fan. I have seen, I didn't know before the show started it was even a zombie show. That's how little I knew about the franchise. I was going in a fresh baby, still suckling on the nipple of television. I knew nothing about the video game or the story. I knew it was a well-renowned story. I know a lot of people call it, you know, quote unquote, the greatest story ever told in video gaming, but I knew nothing. I knew a little bit. What I did know was the big twist ending, which I will say in the next 4 seconds, so mute the video. Okay, good. The big twist ending that, you know, Ellie is the cure and Joel chooses to not give her up and therefore dooms humanity because of it. I knew about that. But it's still not taking away any of my enjoyment. I kind of like knowing that more, actually. I think I enjoy knowing that these estranged people, like Joel and Ellie, are going to eventually become close enough for that to play be the big pivotal twist in the story. It's a very kind of neat thing to know ahead of time. It's like watching the Star Wars prequels before you watch the OT, or even vice versa, knowing who Darth Vader is and knowing how it's all going to play out. It's a very, it's poetic. It's almost artistic in that department. Okay, so I'm going to pop my Damocles mid-fight, so I don't risk taking any damage against Peep, who I am known to flounder against quite a bit. I am not a fan of this boss, and not having any range makes this fight horrendous. Okay. That's why you pop Damocles at the end of the fight, and not during it. You gotta maximize your hit potential. So when you start dying in your animation, pop it. Okay, cool. Level up there as well, and we get 2 items, that being Old Bandage for HP and Roid Rage for speed and range. We'll take 2 of these. Look at the dead Czar. You know what? Screw it, dude. We'll take all 3 of these. I don't even care. I'm going to go... I understand the character that they get more stats as you go on. That's fine enough for me. We're going to ball now. Freak it, we ball, as some might say. We'll just leave the floor then, and hopefully we don't die to some arbitrary champion in the next minute, or it'll be a very, very, very short Isaac episode for today. I could play ballsy and walk in here. I'll wait. I won't be that risky with it. We could have died right there, and that would have been very embarrassing as a player of my caliber, dying to spikes in Caves 2. That would have not been epic at all. I think taking this card is actually bad, question mark, when you're trying to not die, because it makes your floors the slightest bit bigger. Okay, no dying to champions. Yeah, we'll take this, we'll pop it in here, and maybe get some soul hearts back. Oh, it doesn't count for Book of the Dead. That's horseradish. Why does that not count? Okay, well, you know what, dude? Whatever. We've moved on from that part of our life. Great. I'd let go of my button, I promise you. I'll get the input overlay up on the video. Okay, we can walk into here at least and maybe get some HP. Yes, that is 2 things of HP. You'll love to see it. We're going to definitely probably just chariot this guy. I don't like fighting you. And we have orbitals, so we're just going to do it like this. That was honestly a beautiful fight, and you are going to be extremely easy with spirits. So we're back in business. We are not dead. We have taken no damage to warrant Damocles dropping quite yet. We are in a very good position, but I love the show. In fact, it's like, there's a lot of zombie TV and zombie movies and zombie media in general, and The Walking Dead started out being good, and then it ended up being not good. Like, it was never peak. It was always just kind of like, it's a strong zombie show at start, and then it becomes the weakest political show you'll ever watch in your entire life, making no profound points or anything like that. And I lost interest. I'm gonna finish the show eventually. I'm never gonna start a show and get 10 seasons in and then stop it. I did never finish Moon Knight because Moon Knight was just complete trash, but that's Marvel for you, I guess, at this point in time. But we could die at any moment now. Oh god, the catchphrase. We'll take both. They're both like staple rebirth items, I guess. Our sword is very tiny. It's a piss sword. What do we do here? Ho-ho, he's too good. He's too good. The Last of Us really put in perspective that zombie shows don't need to be gritty and gray and demoralizing. They can, I think, the number one emotion you should associate with like apocalyptic shows is not fear or dread. I think hope is a really strong emotion for those, because the end goal of every zombie show is to like stop the apocalypse, or at least one of the main goals is to like stop the spread of the virus and stay alive. And I think hoping to stop the virus, or hoping to stay, I don't know, put it there, hoping to stay alive is the aspiration. It's the goal. It should be the front focus. When The Walking Dead, and I do like the creative choice of The Walking Dead to make it out to be that there is no cure, and there never will be. I like that choice a lot. You can't run a premise with that for 10 years without it getting a little bit stale. There was no innovation being done with Zombie Show. It was just Zombie Show the entire time. Okay, more HP is always lovely. What's in here for us? Sure, we'll take the guppy piece. I like having the extra soul heart security. But you can't like take the number one goal of most zombie shows, write it off as not going to happen in this show, and then keep it going for years and years. Like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do?